to grow your coastal business. You want to develop some tools that you use over and over. You know, our package is always changing. It's always being updated. We've got longevity. We got over 25 years, a package that's over 25 years. Our websites alone is in 52 languages. Can you imagine? 52 languages. We've got over 100 companies that put their product in our package. We're in over 200 countries right now, but these companies, we're always upgrading them. You know, we lose 2 or 3 a year. They declare bankruptcy or something, but the board of directors are always adding more. When we first started, we only had like 2 or 3 companies that put their product in our package, but we had like 2 or 3 membership cards. Now we've got, what, 40-something membership cards. So are we in the right industry? Travel is over a $7 trillion industry. Yes, we are. That's the industry you want to be involved in. Why? Because that's where the money's being spent. You know, again, we got a lifetime membership, unlimited vacations, cruises, condo stays for life. Just recently, our level 3 package has been updated, the blue package. We've taken out the VHS tapes and all the packages. A lot of folks still want the cassette tapes in there, and they let them know at the shipping center, when you send in your order for a level 1, level 2, level 3, just indicate what to take out. They'll do it for you. If a lot of folks indicate they want to see the cassettes to stay in, but we've done away with all the VHS tapes. It's hard to get that equipment to play those now. Some people still have them. If you want them, they've got them for sale. They've got a few left at the shipping center, and if you want to buy those, I think they're like $0.25 a piece. We're trying to get rid of the rest of them. But anyway, the blue binder and the level 3 package has been updated. So, again, develop your own testimony, folks. You know, if you have questions about the coastal package, what do? You need to go to your director. Go to your director first thing, go to the conference calls, and then go to the customer services. Now, we've got over 100 companies that put their product in this package. Okay, now, just about every company has their own customer service. What you need to do is just go to those customer service and ask them questions about that product. For an example, if you got a vacation, there's usually a customer service on that particular vacation. If you have any questions about it, you can go to your director or go to that customer service number and ask them any question. This is the way you get trained with your coastal package. You get a lot of training this way. But anyway, when I'm working with my group, I plug them into 3 different things. Number 1 is I plug them into the nighttime conference calls, okay? Number 2 is I like to give them our 20-minute testimony line. This number is 212-461-2748. Now, there's some other numbers that you can use. I usually give them our fax on demand, 732-463-6423. You know, I just plug them into about 3 different tools, and at that point, they're either excited or they're not. Okay, they either want to know more or they don't. And this is the way I grow my business. I build my group this way. Now, what you want to do is choose a technique. Set your goals. We always talk about goal setting, and I always tell my group what is it that you're looking for? $1,000 a week? That's 1 sale a week? You know, write these goals down, and I try to get them to put them on their refrigerator. That way, if they hit that refrigerator 2 or 3 times a day, 4, 5, 6 times a day, they're going to read those goals. Or I try to get them to put them on the mirrors in the restroom, whether they're brushing their teeth the next morning or whatever. They're reading those dreams and those goals. But this is where you want to stay focused. Put those dreams and goals up on the mirrors, the refrigerator, whatever, and read them daily. Now, one thing you want to do is determine your ability. Determine your ability. You cannot talk to 100 people and not get better, okay? Let's say you had to talk to 50 people to make 2 sales. I say that's fantastic. Then soon you're talking to 40 people to make 3 sales, and then 30 people to make 4 sales. And then right now, my average, I can make 1 sale out of about every 6 or 7 persons I talk to. You know, again, you cannot talk to 100 people and not get better with this program. You will get better. You know, folks, 98% of the people will step up to level 2 and 3. 98% of the people, if they don't, you know, level 2 people, they will not get any level 2 money. You have to be a level 2 director to profit from level 2 and make money in level 2. So as your group steps up to level 2, that money will go around you and go to the upline level 2 director or the upline level 3 director. So our statistics show that 98% of the people will step up to level 2 and level 3. Now, we call these the formula for success, all right? We talk about these at all of our seminars that we do. You know, we try to, at the first part of the year, we try to have 3 seminars a year. At the first part of the year, we're in Orlando, usually around February, March, April, somewhere right in there. And we try to get at a resort close to Disney, and that's where we have our first seminar. And then in the summer, we're always in Branson. That's like in the center of the U.S. We've done this for about 6 or 7 years now. We try to have a seminar in Branson. Okay, now at the end of the year, around September, October, we have this. It's our all-day teleseminar. So we've got about 3 of them a year that will help you develop your business, help you develop your group. Formula for success. You know, folks, you need to know what you're working for. You know, write those dreams and goals down. I always talk about a computer at the seminars. You know, if you want a computer to work more efficiently for you, what do? You program it. You program the computer. Your brain is the most powerful computer on the planet. It cannot be duplicated. Okay, you want it to work more efficiently. What do? You program it. You write your dreams and goals down, as I said, and you put them on the refrigerator, the mirrors, or whatever, and you read them over and over. This is one way of programming through repetition. Okay? Now, we've got a lot of information that will help you out there, a lot of different techniques. As I told you, I use 3-line and 4-line ads to build my business. But you can choose a technique such as you can get a booth at trade shows, at state fairs, at county fairs. A lot of people do this, and they get. I know some folks in my group get 6 or 7 people together, and they get 2 or 3 booths. And while the event is going on, they play. They have a TV there. They play our DVDs 24/7, you know, all day, all night, or whatever, as long as the event is. And they also have other tools. They're helping folks. They'll go over their fast start packages and things like that. I'll go over those things in a minute. But anyway, I've got folks in my group. That's all they do is go to trade shows and county fairs. Another technique would be the party plan. You can go over different. They use the DVD in their package, which is a 40-minute presentation. 20 minutes is on a product. 20 minutes is on the technique, you know. So the first 20 minutes, what they'll do, they'll invite as many people as they can to their home or office or whatever when they're going to have their party. They're usually, if you invite, 100 people, as a rule of thumb, only about 10 or 12 will show up. And folks, that is good. That is good. 10 or 12 people show up. You want to give away a vacation to get them there, okay? Now, once they get there, you're going to give them their vacation either at the break or something. You have coffee set up. You've got a TV monitor, and you play the first 20-minute segment of our DVD. The first 20 minutes talks about the product, okay? Then you have about a 5-minute break right there, and you're talking about basically what they went over with the product. And then you play the second segment, which is on the opportunity. You know, there's a way to make $1,000 or $3,000 commission here if you want to. So they'll play the second segment, which talks about the opportunity, okay? Now, after that, it's usually about the end of the hour, and the party plan, the party should last about an hour. At that point, you can go over usually the folks that stay behind, the ones that get their vacation and leave, they're gone. The ones that do not show up at the party, what you want to do is get with him later. And go over all of the information with them, you know. What you want to do is get back with him later. You can get with them at their house, their home, their office, or whatever, or you can invite them over to your office, but you've got them there. You know, you invited about 100 people to the party, 10 or 12 showed up, so you've got a lot of people to get back with. Now, also, the people that were at the party, you can call them again and go over to their house and listen to the DVD again. You can play the DVD at their home or office. This is what a lot of folks in my group do. And what you're going to find is that maybe their spouse wasn't there with them, and this way both of them can listen to it at the same time. Okay, now, there's the other techniques. There's fax blasting. There's trade shows, as we said. There's email blasting. There's drop boxes. Now, these drop boxes, basically they dress a box up to look like Disney or a cruise. They give away a vacation, and they put their name in the box. If you put about 10 boxes out around your city, your state, your county, whatever, you put some of these drop boxes out there, people are going to put their name. They're going to get a free vacation. So this is an opportunity to talk to them about their free vacation. You can get, let's say you had 10 drop boxes out there, and in a week's time you got 10 leads in each drop box. That's 100 leads. Just like the county fairs and state fairs, they get so many leads they have to share them with their group because they cannot possibly work all of the leads at the same time. You know, so what they'll do, they'll share them with their group. So that's what they do with these drop boxes. Some people get 100 leads. If you put them like in a convenience store or in an office, a doctor's office or something like that, everybody will fill their name, address, phone number, drop it in the box, and then you get in touch with them and bring them their complimentary vacation. Let's say it's a Disney World vacation. You know, show them how to use it. And there's a lot of folks in my group that do these drop boxes. Okay, there's also, you should always have an ad running around your city, your state, your county. This would always have an ad running. This would give you a fresh supply of leads. All the time, you'll have a steady supply coming in. Now, folks, when you bring folks into the program, one of the things you want to do is develop a fast start package. Now, I used to bring fast start packages to the seminars and give them away. Mine had just basically, I put in a few brochures. If I've got an ad that's running well, and we've got ads in the package that are 3- and 4-line ads that work really well. So you can run ads, you put some of those ads in there. You can do postcards. You can put brochures in the package. You know, basically just kind of get them started. What you want to do with a fast start package, again, this is a formula for success, is when you call them after you went over the program, and let's say they were going to buy a package, they hadn't sent you the money yet, you send them a fast start package, and that kind of gets them started. You have a reason to call them to go over the fast start package. That's the way we use that, the fast start package, and it works very, very well. Okay, let's go over a few more things here. You know, you want to become a list person. A list person, it seems like they get more done. Zig Ziglar, Anthony Robbins talk about positive thinking. You know, anything your brain can conceive, you can achieve. Walt Disney said this. If you can think it, you can do it. You can have anything you want. Just write your goals and dreams down on paper and review them daily, you know. The goal setting. Set those goals. Folks, you need to know what you're working for. Are you working for $1,000 a week, $2,000 a week? Are you working for a new car? Maybe put the new car down. Maybe you want to take a picture of that new car and, again, put it on your refrigerator with yourself in the driver's seat or standing beside the new car. Every time you see yourself on the refrigerator, you come a little closer to getting that car, you know. Maybe it's you want a new home. You know, get the blueprints. Go take pictures of homes that you like. Put them on the refrigerator. Maybe you want to quit your job and spend more time with your children or something like that. Whatever those dreams and goals down are, write them down. Read them daily. You should read them about 25 times a day, folks, but read them daily. Again, the computer, remember, if you want, your brain is the most powerful computer in the world. All right, let's go with a few other things here. Okay. Again, my testimony was I ran 3- and 4-line ads. Again, you should always have 3- and 4-line ads running constantly around your city, your state, your county, so you'd have a fresh supply of leads coming in daily. Let's see. Set those goals. Choose a technique. All right. Folks, again, call all of your people. Get them on this call today. We have a lot of information to share with you. Get them on this call. If you can't be on the call, record it. Listen to it later. You know, we're going to be going to 5, 6 o'clock this evening. All right. All right. Let's see. Again, folks, again, if you've got a lot of questions, which a lot of folks do, we always get people who say, I can't get in touch with my director. You know, they won't call me back, and it's because they get busy. They get so busy with the program. You know, if you make about 10 sales and those 10 made about 10, 100, those 100 made about 10, you know, you've got hundreds of people in your group to help. And we're putting together right now on our websites and calls, 30-minute and hourly calls where you can go and get and train yourself, because this program is kind of designed to get out of hand, and it will get out of hand. But get on the calls and get on those recorded calls and train yourself. What you're going to be is a professional trainer. You're going to train other folks, but again, I've got hundreds of folks in my group. It's impossible to get with them, all of them. So I try to direct them. They need to be on the conference calls at night until they get their self-trained, or they need to get on our recorded calls. We were going to get up to about 100 recorded calls on our website. So get on those calls if you want to talk about tools. Get on the tool calls. Find out what kind of tools. You know, again, this is the formula for success. You want to get on those calls and learn as much as you can about the program. Okay, here's one. You must be sold on the product. Start your own immediately. Start using it. When I first got into the program 17 years ago, one of the first things I did is start going on the vacations. Every weekend I was somewhere. I was on the beach. I was at one of the theme parks. I was wanting to see if the package was what they said it was, you know. And this package, again, came out of Colorado, the coastal package, and it was used as an exit packages mostly for timeshare resorts. They would try to sell you a timeshare for $10,000, $20,000, and if you said no to the timeshare, they would try to sell you this package as their exit package. The only thing, again, it only had 2 or 3 membership cards. It wasn't a lifetime membership. Over the years, the package has gotten better and better. Now, again, the formula for success. Here's one: when you're speaking to a client, be sure you're relaxed. I like to take the phone and walk around the room. I've got notes on the walls in my office where things I like to talk about. I'm using them right now. Different things that you want to bring up to your group. Okay, here's some things that I want to go over. Why stay with the companies? Why stay with the companies that the board of directors promote? Okay, this is a protection for you. Stick with the approved vendors. The reason why, let's say you had somebody in your group that, let's say to get leads, they promoted a company out there that the company that Coastal didn't promote to get leads. Every person that calls that company to get leads, they've got the name, address, phone numbers of your group. So I've seen people lose their entire group. Not the entire group, but most of their group because of this. If your director, your upline ever went to another company besides Coastal, they've got the name and addresses and phone numbers of every person in your group. Again, this is a protection for you. So we try to tell you to stay with the companies for emails, for stay with the companies where you can get leads, things like that. Okay, what if a client said that they didn't have the money to get into the program? Basically, it's not high enough on their list of priorities. They just need more information. For an example, let's say a new Lincoln Town Car, $50,000 Lincoln Town Car. What if I was going to give that to you for $1,295? The only thing, you had to come up with the money by midnight tonight. Would you do it? Of course you would. You would. It would motivate you. You would call everybody that you know to borrow the money, borrow $50 here, $100 here and there. Somehow you would put that money together. You see? Basically, you've been motivated. That Lincoln Town Car, $50,000 Lincoln Town Car, you just put it together by midnight tonight. So basically, that's what a client is saying. If they're saying they don't have the money to get into the program, just work with them. Keep giving them information. Okay, what if somebody in your group says something like, "Can I make 3 sales and not buy a package?" Folks, 1 out of 100 people might do this. 1 out of 100 people. The other 99 will waste your time. You'll be working with them. They'll call you 24/7, take up all your time. They don't even know what they're selling. If they don't think enough of the product to buy the product, they really don't even know what they're selling. So I wouldn't even work with them if they're not savvy enough to buy the product. If they don't buy the product, they need to know what they're working for. Okay? Now, here's one. It takes me about 3 or 4 conversations to make a sale. Again, I like to give them tools to check it out. A couple of tools, 2 tools during our conversation. I try to reduce the tension. And I've got my own technique, and folks, you'll develop a rhythm or you'll develop your own technique also. One of the things I do is make them laugh, okay? That reduces tension. I'll say something like, we got so much in common. Your mother and my mother are both mothers. Just make them laugh. I find that reduces tension, and that helps with the sale. But after a while, I always talk about it's a crazy world out there. I got an uncle that's crazy. He thinks he's a chicken. He makes these chicken sounds. We were going to have him committed, but hey, we can use the eggs. You see, just make them laugh. I found by making them laugh, it reduces the tension, and it gets me more sales. So, check that out. Check that out. Okay, here's another one, formula for success. what if you just made one sale, and that person made one sale, and that person made one sale? All that is a straight line. There's no geometric progression. You see, there's no geometric progression there. What you want to do is, we always go by two. You know, you make two sales, those two make two, which is 4, and those 4 make 2, which is 8, 16, 32, 64. What that does, that's like doubling a penny every day for 30 days. Figure that out. That's millions of dollars. Figure that out. It's millions and millions of dollars. This way, you've got a geometric progression, you know, so think about that. All right. Let's see. Develop goals, choosing a technique. Folks, if you try one technique and it don't work, choose another. You know, I've got a lot of folks in my group using a party plan. They have parties nightly. You can have 2 or 3 parties a day. You can have them on the weekends. You can have them every night. You know, all they do is play that DVD. A party, again, lasts about an hour. I have some folks in my group that have 2 and 3 parties a night at their home or office, or they may have one at one home. They'll sit down with them and teach them how to invite the people to their home or office by giving them a vacation. Again, 10 may show up, 10 or 12 may show up. And then let's say that you made 2 sales out of that 10 or 12. What do you want to do? You want to sit down with them that night and develop a list. Try to get them thinking, who's your best friend? Who's your neighbor across the street? List 4 people you work with, 5 people you work with. List 5 relatives. You know, by the time you get finished with the list, you've got 40, 50 people that you can invite to your party by giving them, say, a Disney World vacation. Now, before they leave, you've got 2 people, you've got 2 packages sold. You always want to bring packages to the party because you're going to make sales, and you want to show the package, so instead of seeing it on the screen with a picture, you know, you want them to see it firsthand, the real package, a level 1 package or whatever. I always bring level 1, level 2, and level 3. I show up at some of the parties where my group is having them just to help them, just to help speak and show them the different packages. But anyway, again, we've got over 100 companies that we work with that put their product in our package. And again, we lose 1 or 2 a year. They declare bankruptcy or something, you know. We've got over, I told you earlier, we've got over 25 years of longevity. Our package that we've been working with, I've been working with a program for 17 years, but right at a little over 17 years. But the package is well over 25 years. Again, it was sold by another company in Colorado as their exit package. Let's see. They've sold these timeshares, as I said, for $15,000, $20,000. If they said no to the timeshare, then they would sell them this package as their exit package. Okay. Again, what if I said, what if I told them that what if they asked, do I have to buy a package? I always say, I think you need to so you know what you're selling. Right there, I feel like I've crossed the line. You know, I feel like I've kind of stepped over the line, and I like to go back and this might not be for you, but your clients need to see this. The package, I always feel like they need to buy the package so they know what they're selling. Here's some information about formula for success. Never ask a yes or no question. Why? 50% of the time, it may be no. You know, the answer may be no. Just assume, you know, I don't ask my new client if he's going to come into the program. I just assume he is. And then what do? I go to the next step. I get him to run an ad. What we'll do is develop an ad, and then we'll run it around their city, their state, their county, and then I'll help them with those ads. They'll call in, and we'll call those people one at a time, and I'll show them how easy it is to make a sale. As I said, I can sell 1 out of about 6 or 7 persons I talk to. But again, the more you do this, the better you get. As I said earlier, develop your technique. You may have to talk to 50 people to make 2 sales, but you're going to get better. Soon you're talking to 40 people to make 3 sales, and then 4, and then 5. Okay, here's one: feel, felt, found. I don't know how many people are using this, but a lot of folks in my group use it. It says, they've never sold anything whatever a person says in objection, I know exactly how you feel. I felt the same way, but after a little research, you know what I found? Feel, felt, found. Use it over and over and over. But I'm not a salesman. I know exactly how you feel. I felt the same way. But after going through this a few times, you don't have to be a salesman. We've got so many tools in place. All you do is plug them into the tools. You see, try that over and over. Feel, felt, found. It's a great deal to help you with objections, okay? Trial and error. This is something, you try something, you measure the results, make changes, try it again. This is called trial and error. This will perfect your technique. Trial and error. You try something, measure the results, make some changes, little minor changes, and then try again, over and over and over. Without you knowing it, you'll get better and better at perfecting your technique. Formula for success. Folks, and we're in sales, this is the highest paid people on the planet. In sales, you can make $100,000 a year. Did you know that? I mean, a day, $100,000 a day. We are in the highest paid positions on the planet, sales. Are we in the right industry? Of course. This is the number 1 industry in the world. It's the number 3 in the U.S., travel. Travel is over a $7 trillion industry. We're self-employed. J. Paul Getty said, if you wanted to be a success, what do you have to be? You've got to be self-employed. You got to work for yourself. You're not going to make it working for the other guy for those hourly wages out there. With Coastal, you can make $1,000, $3,000 in level 1 and 2, and $7,000 in level 1, 2, and 3. We've got folks out there that make a $10,000 commission by selling all 3 of them, the platinum. All day long they do this. Folks, there's no job security out there, is there? There's no job security. If you do something wrong, whatever you're working for, if it's not working, who gets the axe? You. You get laid off, you get fired, you get the axe. There is no job security out there, is there? So, again, we're in the right industry, over a $7 trillion industry. That's where we're at with the Coastal program. Again, write your dreams and goals down and set those goals. What are you working for? We want to teach you how to become successful. The formula for success, the old saying, you give a man a fish, you feed him for a day. You teach him how to fish, you feed him for a lifetime. We want to feed you for a lifetime, okay? That's what we're doing here with the Coastal program. With all of the tools we have in place, it's easy. It's easy to make sales. Just keep plugging them in the tools. If you want to become a millionaire, what do? You ask a millionaire. Don't ask somebody that makes $10,000 a year, $20,000 a year, $30,000, $40,000 a year. I can almost assure you if they knew how to do it, they would be making $1 million a year. Ask a millionaire. If you want to be a millionaire, you ask a millionaire, okay? Here's one that I always like to go over at seminars. Be honest in all that you do. Be honest. If you do anything wrong, you just mapped out your future. The old saying, every action has an equal opposite reaction. That's one of the laws of physics. Every action has an equal opposite reaction. Be honest in all that you do. If you mess up, straighten it out. Because you need to do this. If you don't, you just mapped out your future. So be honest. Now, just a few more things here. We're going to wrap this up in about 5 minutes. We've got our next speaker coming on. Folks, you want to establish your technique and practice it. Whatever it is that you're doing, practice it over and over. Your director at the seminars will be happy to show you many different techniques over and over. Now, when you establish your technique, you're going to develop a rhythm. It's kind of like a joke, you know. If the timing is off, nobody laughs. But if the timing is right, you make a sale, you know. So you're going to establish a rhythm to it. So always practice that. Your technique over and over. Whether you're doing 4-line ads, 5-line ads, remember the formula for success. Put together your own fast start package. If you got a postcard that works, put the postcard in there. If you got a great ad that's running pretty good, put the ad in there. Develop your fast start package and start everyone off with a fast start package. Don't sell it. You know, they just bought a package, a level 1 package. You made $1,000 commission. So don't try to make another $20, $25 on a fast start package. Just give it to them. Give them away. Now, use the tools to grow your coastal business. We have so many tools in place. You need to choose the tools. Again, I've got 3 conversations that I'll plug them into when I make a sale. Okay. One is I give them a 3-minute recorded message, a testimony line. I give them a fax on demand. I give them a website. I always bring them to the nightly live conference calls. After those 3 tools, they're either excited or they're not. Okay, they either want to work the program or they don't. So I try to find out what the problem is with and show them how easy it is. We run an ad. We call a few people. I can usually make them a director, in the first 30 days. We run an ad. We call quite a few people. After they hear me do my little 3-minute script, I'd say 10 times, they can do it in their sleep. Why? Because I say the same thing over and over and over. I tell them to record it, practice it, write it down. I tell them the same thing over and over. After they hear my little script, 3-minute script about 10 times, they can pretty much do it in their sleep. Okay. Let's see. All right, I talked about no job security. Let's see here. Well, folks, I'm about at the end of my 45 minutes here.